Cedric Tillman is wide receiver 8 in ADP, obviously coming from that slightly unique, shall we say, Tennessee offense that basically doesn't mirror anything that you're going to see in the NFL. Took a little while to get going in college, obviously had a first 3 years of his career marred by injury, but broke out in a huge way in his 4th year. As one of the lone big-bodied X-type receivers, do you think Cedric Tillman could be a sneaky buy, a sneaky under-the-radar option in Dynasty drafts in the next month or so?
Yeah, I do. I've seen his range of outcomes be so varied. One of the players where I've seen him go probably mid-second round. I've probably seen him early second round, but I've also seen him slip to the mid-third round, late third round. He's someone that the range of outcomes are really real right now anyway, in terms of before the draft capital. You mentioned that concerns about him only breaking out as a senior. He's going to be obviously 23 years old when he hits the NFL. He did look really great in that 2021 season, 1,081 yards, 12 touchdowns. Just shows ability. I mean, in this class where, say, 75% of these wide receivers, perhaps more, they're all smaller guys right now coming out. So it is really refreshing to see a Cedric Tillman. And there's not many players that play like him in this draft class. So it could play into his hands that he only needs one NFL team to have that need to take a chance on him. In which case, if they do, his draft capital is going to be probably higher than where I want to take him. He's currently my wide receiver 8. I'm probably happy where he is right now as that sort of late second, early third round pick. But yeah, there is some concerns with him. But he also I think he's got quite a lot of upside. So someone that if I do land him in, say, that late second round, early third round, I'm quite excited about the prospect that he could bring.
Yeah, I really like him. I think that on tape he does a lot of stuff that I like. He's not just a pure straight line athlete. He's got some wiggle to him. I think that being the bigger body type, I think he's still a good enough route runner that he can create separation. The challenge is that look, he's been 23 when he hits an NFL field. As we said, he's had 5 years in college. He's ticked every kind of threshold that I look for in my model, but he's done it in his 4th year in college when he was 21, and it just doesn't excite you, and that's a big concern. Is did he break out because he's good, or did he break out because he's older than everyone he's playing against, kind of thing? So that's my slight concern with him. The PFF NFL podcast were talking today that he could potentially get into the first round. If that happens, his draft capital is going to lead to him being overdrafted in Dynasty. I think he's good. I think because he's so different to basically all of the top guys in this draft, I wouldn't be surprised if the NFL do draft him a little bit higher than he needs to go. I don't hate him. I don't love him. I just think that he's a good, solid, as you said, kind of late second round pick. It's at the point at the draft where he'll be going, where I'll probably be pivoting away from wide receivers and starting to look at running backs. So I'm probably not going to have a huge amount of shares, but it's, if you're not worried about age-adjusted production, there's a lot to like there. It's just a concern that basically he only did it when he was older than everyone on the field, which, is not nothing, is it?
No, I mean, but if you look at his ex-teammate, who was also an older prospect in Velus Jones, he got drafted at pick 77 to the Bears last year, and Cedric Tillman outproduced him in that 2021 season. So I know they're completely different types of wide receiver, but I think there's a lot of hope. I think the NFL covets that college. I can't see him getting first round draft capital, but then there's been question marks on some of them wide receivers that have been touted as a late first round. So yeah, I think it is quite exciting. I'd like to get at least one share of Cedric Tillman because I think he has got that upside. But there is some question marks. So certainly if he's going to be overdrafted, then he's someone that I'll probably look to avoid.
And I think it's worth pointing out, I was someone that hammered the Tennessee offense in terms of Hendon Hooker as a prospect. How can we analyze him as a prospect? Because it's not real offense. Well, of all the players to come out of Tennessee, whether you're looking at Velus Jones, whether you're looking at Cedric Tillman, Jalen Hyatt, Hendon Hooker, Cedric Tillman is probably the only person who played a role that you could translate to an NFL offense. I'm not sure that Jalen Hyatt's going to have the same role. I'm not sure Velus Jones would have the same role that he will have in the NFL kind of thing. So, yeah, there's definitely more translatable skills there than the rest of the guys he shared an offense with.